Everyone, this is Ravenclaw What If. This is part 3 of What If Deku had Lord Sesshomaru powers. I know I was going to post it later on, on Monday and Tuesday or whatever, but I have free time until work, so I don't be work too much later today, so let's get this started now. We're going to start off with, we're going to start this episode off with, Todoroki. Miss Todoroki. Shoto. So let's begin. So then, the next day, after the last episode, the next day happens, day after, so whatever. So, she's training, with All Might. It's like, young Shoto, believe your body is completely ready to accept, all for one. Eat this. As she's looking, annoyed. It's like, I'm not eating someone else's hair. I have standards. And it's like, Shoto, it's like, what are you, some sort of creep, All Might? And it's just like, and All Might's like, no, it's nothing like that, young lady. This is how able to pass on our Quirk. I had to genetically, you have to eat my DNA. And so she's like, can I have some water, release? And All Might's like, sure. So, she drinks it. It's like, it's going to take 24 hours for it to activate, to fully digest through your system. So, and we'll continue after that. So, Shoto goes home, and we're going to split off to Midoriya's, but the Midoriya Manor. I guess you like to imagine her manor, whatever you like to call it. So, anyways. So, Midoriya is continuing training his electricity ability, his Quirk, and he's finally able to manage to conjure a spear construct. Finally, only one. I'm gonna have him able to. When he gets to the entrance exam, he's going to be able to create 5 at once. And let's just, 5 at once, and so, there's that. So, anyways, so she's like, Kagura's like, Kagura's like, dear, I'm very proud of you. You've made great progress with your, with your electricity Quirk. He's like, yes, mother. I've was iffy about using this this machine for it, but it seems it does its job. He's like, yes, dear. David Shield is quite smart. And it's like, yeah, I hear that a lot. And it's like, Midoriya doesn't really he knows of David Shield. His mother Kagura has met him a couple times during business they've done with him a couple times for hero gear and stuff like that. They make weapons, and the family makes weapons, and they do occasionally make hero gear. Just because I can. Okay, let's continue. And so he walks off and goes off to the garden to begin his, training with his mother again. So it gets pretty, not late, but let's say around 6 o'clock. So the training session ends because, boot camp. So anyways. So, Inko says we're cutting our training short today. I have to talk to Professor Nizu. It's like, are you seriously going to? It's like you taking that job, I guess. It's like, yes. I will keep an eye on you. Make sure you don't get too friendly with that Todoroki girl. It's like, I don't know what your issue is. The Todoroki family. I mean, yeah, they're powerful, but it's like, yeah, no. She's like, they're a threat. We need to take care of it. Make sure you dominate them. Stuff like that, She has a vendetta against them. I'll get to that to another part of, another episode. I'll do like, a little flashback in one of those episodes, but not this one, so later. So anyways, let's continue. So Inko's like, where are you going? What you can do for you to rest your day, or what's left of it, because it's like 5 or 6 o'clock or something like that. And he's like, I think I'm going to. He's like, I think I'm just gonna go out, just relax. And Inka's like, yeah, okay. She's like, it's like, don't start any trouble. So it's like, yeah, I won't. Because Inko knows Midoriya, because he likes to battle. So anyways, they're similar. So yeah, anyway, so it's like, he walks, he takes the, he gets the driver and takes him to he's like, where do you want to go, young master? It's like, yes, take me to Dagobah Beach. I quite enjoy that area after all that filthiness got taken care of. So, he gets, driven off and, to the, Dagobah Beach. Anyways, so, he sees Shoto Todoroki training. This training, because she's just waiting for, the 24-hour period to, Well, no, because it was was it the next day? I don't know. Sorry, my brain can't think straight apparently today. So anyways, let's just say, she hasn't digested, the All Might's hair fully yet. So yeah, so him and he sees, Shoto training her fire in her eyes, fun, training stuff before she has to go, take the recommendations, I think that was called. Anyways, so she's like training, and she sees Midoriya walk up, and she's like, what you want? As Midoriya walks, says, as he challenged her to, fight. She's like, I want to test. This is Midoriya. He's like, Todoroki, I want to test how powerful you are. See if I just want to test myself. You're the only one close enough to my level, as being cocky and everything. It gets quite boring just fighting my mother over and over again. I want to get a different opponent. So, she doesn't want to, but she knows Midoriya is not going to, take no for an answer. So she's like, fine, Midoriya. After this, can you leave me alone? He's like, Midoriya's like, we'll see. As they get ready in their poses. As soon as you get into pose, he uses poison claw. He slashes the air, and she sees 5 slashes of the poison claw, because the poison claw could do close range or far range. So stuff like that. So she's like, God damn. He's like, as she was caught by surprise. So, and she's like, crap, as she does the ice wall, that stuff. Anyways, so she's like, it's like, God, I can't get close. And so she decides to take the offense for a little bit, as she's first attack with the blade. She blocks that and throws ice at Midoriya. So she's, as Midoriya puts his finger up. No, as Midoriya just swipes, because she's like throwing ice spears at him. Not ice spears, but ice pillars, their pointy parts, stuff like that. So he's just easily just, swiping them away. So She's like, damn it. I didn't realize he was this tactical. Because he's keeping his distance, but Midoriya's talent relies in close combat. He likes to get up close and personal. So, because she sees him trying to go into, close a fight, and she's, jumping away and using ice ice walls to block it. It's like, good crap. She's like, cannot let him get close. He clearly wants to get close up. So as she starts to get irritated, because, she can't really do anything with with every time she would throw, every time Midoriya would use Poison Claw, she would, conjure ice wall to block it. So she's getting frustrated, she's gonna get it, and Midoriya is getting irritated because he can't, he wants to get in close. So he's like, God damn, I need to get close. How would I? Oh, I see. As Midoriya puts his finger up, with his finger points his finger down, and as he starts to activate the energy whip, as she's because he activated energy while Todoroki was throwing ice picks at him. Basically, what that was. Basically, what it is, like pointy ice picks things. So he's blocking. He's like, you swipes his finger and slices in half as it one of them goes towards him. He slices it downwards to the ground as it slices it in half. And she's like, and she's shocked. She's like, God damn, I gotta take this serious. As she's getting more serious into the fight, she starts blasting, fire, because, she doesn't have, this Todoroki doesn't have that issue with her father, because her father's not a douche, so, and her mother didn't burn her face, so she doesn't have a burn mark. So anyways, as she's, throwing fire at Midoriya, one of her bigger blasts, he's, does that whole move in Inuyasha where he has the, energy whip, and he, how would I say this? Spin around in circles as he's doing that. The fire gets to burst. The fire's not there anymore. So he rushes over there, fast-wise, demon speed. So as they go to hand-to-hand combat, this is what Midoriya wanted. So, because he did research on Todoroki's Quirk itself, the half hot, half cold, and they're both far range Quirk. It's meant to be far range, maybe mid range. I'm not totally sure, but whatever. So, anyways, so as they are fighting hand to hand combat, and Midoriya is starting to have fun now. He's smiling. This Shoto finally was paying attention to Midoriya's face, and Shoto's like, is he smiling? What's going on here? And she's confused because she's never seen Midoriya smile or converse more than a couple words to someone, like, "Hey, you maggot, you're lower than me," type of stuff. So, I mean, they're fighting in there. As, Midoriya is having a little too much fun. He's not, he's not aware, more he's not what you call it, paying full attention of Todoroki. So she hits him hard, freaking kicks in the back, side of the head, and he goes flying. As he's flying, he flying, the opposite direction. He catches himself, slides in a couple feet, dragging from the sand, and he's still smiling as he wipes the blood off his face, he's like, he's like, he's like, this is interesting. As he's thinking, he's like, he goes back and rushing as Todoroki's trying to throw fire and ice at him. She's literally, yeah, doing that, and he's dodging to get back into her close range attacks that he likes to get into. Anyways, they're fighting, and as they're exchanging blows, Midoriya is not going total full on strength with her because Midoriya's mutation quirk that him and his mother share, it has super strength into it, but it's nothing like All Might level. It's nothing like All for One level. It's just it's more powerful than normal super strength, but it's not as powerful as the stockpile quirk that Shoto has in her, or All Might has that he gave to Shoto. So, anyways, so he stops and he walks over to the bag that he dropped, when he was before he started, it's by the steps, or whatever, on the beach, whatever. He goes over and he's like, Shoto's like, "Where are you going, Midoriya?" He's like, "Why is he leaving?" As he points to Shoto to follow him, and she's like, "Oh crap, I really don't want to deal with this right now." It's like, and she gives in because he's not really being mean to her. This training, so she doesn't like him very much, but she's curiosity get the better of her because he's been acting semi nice to her every time they come in contact. So ever since the training session was helping her training with the beach, cleaning up and shit like that. So anyway, all right, let's continue. Anyways, and he passes her a bottle of water, and she's like hurt, like her her arm was kind of damaged from the energy whip. I mean, he's able to have some he's able to latch his energy whip to someone and not hurt them, but he could hurt them at the same time if he wanted to. So it's like he decides if the whip damaged someone. So I probably should have mentioned that before the fight, but whatever. So she's drinking water and she's like, "Thank you." And she's like, "I thank you, I think." And she's like, and Midoriya's like, "You're welcome. Like, you're very welcome." It's like, as Midoriya, the sisters, and it's like, I had fun. I've never had. It's like this type of fight with Shoto Todoroki. He's never had fun fighting. He's always, it's always with his mother. It's always about, life and death training. So it is stuff like that. So Midoriya's like, thank you for the thank you for this, the sparring. I quite enjoyed myself. I was getting frustrated. Just getting frustrated, because he's kind of irritated with his mom. So right now, because she cut the training short and he wanted to continue, but she was being difficult. She had something to do or whatever. Most likely she had hero work to do, so she like took off. So anyways, so he's like, I did enjoy myself, sparring with you, Shoto, and as she looks weird at him, looks like an eyebrow, look like what? It's like because he's started calling her Todoroki, but this is the first time he actually uses her first name. And so she's like, "Thank you." It's like it's like when it comes down to it, it's with good training. Regardless, it's like I was very. It's just like Shoto's like I was very impressed with how your fighting like she was impressed with you know the little match they had because he was using long range, close range, using tactics and stuff like that. And Midoriya, apologized to her about. He's like, I want to apologize for that whole slamming you against the wall thing. I was, I just don't like to be touched. Precisely. So he's like, I don't like to be touched, but I should have, took it out on you because of your friend. So I think, yeah, because no, because your friend was getting on my nerves. So I was like, wait, you mean Momo? And it's like, yeah, that one. I don't like, yeah, because he's not used to people being friendly towards him because, how he was raised. So, anyways, let's continue. So he apologized in Shoto, and it's like, as, you know, they're talking, and they're like, Shoto's getting hungry, and she's like, Midoriya's like, come on, let's get something to eat. And she's like, what? She's like, yeah, we're going to get something to eat. Like, why would I want to go with you? And Midoriya's like, stop being difficult. Just come on before I change my mind. So she like regretfully goes, out to eat with them. It's typically a date, but um, Midoriya doesn't know what a date is. Like he's mostly his his parents mostly focus on his power and his fighting ability. So they didn't really explain to him what a date was. He's not stupid, but he doesn't he doesn't put the two together that he actually asked Shoto on a date. She's kind of weirded off by this. She's like, because it's not like a fancy place because they're and they were training and stuff like that. So it's just your typical normal restaurant. So they're eating dinner and she's talking. They're actually having more deeper conversation and she's asking about I'm curious what is my father doesn't get along with your mother, the number three hero, and they're talking about their parents because they have a deep hatred for each other for some reason that happened in UA when they were in school. So and Midoriya's like, yeah, I really don't know what that's about. I don't know why my mother is so head on with your father and your whole family. One of the reasons I wanted to spar with you because my mom has told me to you know stay away from you, and it pisses my mom off. So I find it totally hilarious. So they're talking and they're bonding, and she's asking about how he trains, and so he explains to her. He actually opens up to her and how his mother, like he doesn't tell her the whole story, but he tells him a couple things that his mother's made him do for training. So she's like I thought my father was bad. Your mother's 10 times worse. It's like, yeah, my mom's head on. Yeah, she's a difficult woman, nonetheless. Yeah, he tells like, yeah, and apparently my mother, dear, decided, I'm gonna try teaching. It's like teaching. Where at? Like UA, apparently. So they're talking about, and she asking like, out of curiosity, why are you taking recommendations? And Midoriya's like, no, mom, my mom wants me to take the Empress wants me to take the regular way. She wants me to demonstrate, I'm superior to everyone, according to my mom, how she likes to say things. And so they had a nice little conversation at dinner, and he says goodbye to Shoto, as she, her car comes to pick her up, her driver or whatever. So as as her mom comes up in the car and it's like, oh, there you are, sweetheart. Where you been? As she sees Midoriya, and she's like, yeah, we were training and we get something to eat together. And it's like, interesting. You must be um Izuku Midori, I believe. And Midoriya's like, yes, you could just call me Midoriya. That's fine. I prefer that anyways. I don't like using my first name. And she's like, that's fine, dear. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to test out my abilities and see how strong, you know, my training was. And afterwards, we had a little, dinner and stuff like that. And it's like they're talking, and he says goodbye because his Kagura, because he's been gone. It's like, let's just say it's like 8, 9 o'clock. So Kagura's worried. She has she knows that he'll most likely be at the beach because he likes because training wise. So she's like, oh, there you are, dear. It's like, where you, like, it's past your curfew. She's like, yeah, sorry, mom. I was spending time with the Todoroki girl, the Miss Shoto, Shoto. And she's like, interesting. And I forget what Endeavor's wife's called. I think it's Ray or something like that. I don't know, but whatever. They're Ray and them are having decent conversations because unlike Mama Midoriya, Mama Kagura doesn't have a hatred for the whole Todoroki family. So, they're having, a pleasant conversation, parent to parent, and she sees, because Midoriya doesn't just up and take someone out to dinner, like goes spend time with someone like that. So she's intrigued. So he's like, as they're talking, he's like, I think he's like, Shoto. He's like, yeah, you're, as they go to separate ways, and Kagura's giving, our main man character a hard time, saying he has a crush on the Shoto kid. He's like, I won't tell your mother. She's like, does, taking on Lord Sesshomaru. He's like, whatever. He's like, no, it's nothing like that, mom. It's like, it was training and she was hungry, so I was getting hungry too. It's like, might as well eat. And it's like, yeah, dear, you took her to not a fancy restaurant, but it was to you alone for dinner. That's a date. And he's like, no, I don't, no, no. He's like, yeah, whatever, kid. It's like, whatever, whatever, whatever helped you sleep at night. She's like smiling and laughing. So, I don't know if I should continue. I got 30 minutes. It's almost 30 minutes. So, let's see. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah, let's continue. I want it a little bit longer. Okay. Anyways, so they go home and Inko's like, "Where you been?" Because she's home. She's been home. She got home around 7 or something like that. It was like a fast job with her hero. She took care of the villain. Straight up killed him. So he's like, "Where you been, dear?" And she's like, "I was training at the beach, sparring with that Todoroki girl." He's not gonna tell her about the whole dinner thing, but but that. Anyways, it's like, I see. Just don't get too close to that girl. And don't get close to that girl and their family. They're yeah, they're trouble. Stay away from them as much as possible. It's good you're training to find different opponents, but this, you know, don't let your guard down around them. As Kagura is looking at Inko, he's like, "Dear, I understand you have issues with the Todorokis, but like, no." He's like, "No, I'm not having my son socialize. Training wise, that's fine, but anything else, no. Full stop. Not going to happen." As she walks off, and Midoriya's as, Kagura's like, I understand, she doesn't, she doesn't like, but that's more than not liking someone. That's like straight up hatred. So yeah, something happened between the Todoroki family and our family. Personal stuff, I don't know the full story myself, as I'm her wife. Should know, but she won't spill the beans. So we'll just let her cool off, and she's a bit, bloodthirsty from, killing villains. So anyway, so as they walk off, and let's time skip. Wait, it's 30 minutes, so let's see, time skip. So where would I be at? Let's time skip towards. No, let's stop it here, and the next episode I will do the entrance exam. Get this ball rolling a little bit further. I know I took a little side step from, the main canon and stuff. I just want to add more to the story and, make it a bit more diverse. Just don't want to, do the same old what if over and over and over again. So, so I hope you guys have a good day and night, judging by time zones. Hope you take care of yourself, stay safe, and you'll be hearing from me soon. All right, bye.